so I wanted to be a professor because I thought professors were rich. But then I asked my professor how much money he made a year. I was like, I made your yearly salary in a month as an entrepreneur. They've put out database reports that said this year, out of all the skills, number one is AI literacy. Number one job on the rise is being an AI engineer. Number two is an AI consultant, which is what I am. We AIify every part of this process. Go to settings, go to multi-factor authentication, set up your two-factor authentication so hackers can't get into your ChatGPT.
That's so big.
Learn it now so you're not left behind. Learn it now so you can jump ahead of your competition as an entrepreneur. Now you've got a business coach that you'd have to pay $150,000 a year to help you to implement this $1 million plan in your $20 a month ChatGPT account.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Level Up Podcast. This is Paul Alex. Guys, what do you think about AI? Okay, well, we're going to be talking to an AI expert that has been in the online space for more than 25 years, has been doing business for 25 years, and now is one of the leading experts in the AI space. Alicia,
thank you.
Welcome to the Level Up.
Thank you, Paul. I'm excited to be here.
No, I'm excited to have you here because AI is the future.
It is.
Okay?
And the future is here.
Exactly.
Right.
It comes here faster than we know it. I always have this saying, the next 5 years will be here next year.
That's right.
And that's the way we move, right? So, for the people that don't know you,
Yes.
tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Alicia Lyttle, and I teach and train on AI now, but I started off in the digital marketing space selling online courses, and this is back in the year 2000. So I was a college student at the time in my PhD program, and I was selling with my then ex-husband, so we were married at the time, and he was like, I want to take my knowledge and turn it into a course online. Would you help me figure it out? So we did it together. In our first year, we made $500,000 online.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so the first year that we launched. So we spent a year like really growing our list. Back in the day, there wasn't social media, so there were forums. So we built on forums.
That's
and
cool.
then, and we had a newsletter that went out every day. And we just hyped them up for when the launch was coming. And then we launched our first product online. Did amazing, 297 sales on the first day. Amazing. We were just blown away. I estimated maybe 50 in the first month. But I learned that the money is in the list very early on. And we kept building a list. And so, I got started in the year 2000 selling products online and loved it.
That's amazing. Before the podcast, we're talking about, me going into digital marketing in 2020.
Right.
You're saying I started in 2000. I'm like, damn.
You're a baby in this space.
Like I said, I'm a rookie.
Right. That's great.
But
That's great.
I think I'm a student of the game.
Right.
It doesn't matter what stage of life I'm in. I always stay a student of the game.
I love it.
But no, I love that. So you launched in 2000. What was the actual offer that you were offering to the public back then?
Yeah. So my ex-husband used to trade. He was a trader. So the course was about trading with Fibonacci. So he was teaching people what Fibonacci was.
Yes.
So he did it on a CD, and then we turned that CD into a book. So I was in the basement of our townhouse, and I had one of those huge CD towers back in the day, and I was duplicating CDs and putting them in a CD case. That I bought the CD cases at Office Depot back then, and then printing on a big laser printer. And then I would take everything to Kinko's and just get all the books bound and then ship them out, FedEx them out. So the first time we launched on the first day, I was in charge of customer service, sales, marketing. I was, doing everything, printing, shipping, like I was doing everything. So I learned really quickly that doing everything in a business was not functional because some people got 3 packages in the mail, some people didn't get any. So then it took a whole nother month to figure out all the things that I had done wrong. But that's part of the learning curve, and that's what I really liked. And then I learned about fulfillment houses and outsourcing, all that stuff. Yeah.
I love that. There's so many takeaways from what you just said. I mean, number one, you were the jack of all trades.
Yeah.
And I feel like nowadays, whenever I do talk to online marketers specifically, they try to delegate.
Right.
Almost immediately.
Right.
They don't want to learn ads. They don't want to learn sales. They don't want to learn funnels. They don't want to learn anything.
Right.
And I'm like, how are you supposed to know if they're doing it right?
Right.
But I respect that. I love that.
Yeah. I felt that I had to know everything. Like, how was I going to outsource customer service if I didn't know what the questions were coming in or what customer service was about?
Yes.
So eventually I hired a girl to take over customer service. And then she had a whole manual on the FAQs and what we were to do. So I was of the mindset that it didn't have to be perfect to make profits. Like, let's just go. Let's just launch and then clean it up. And then, we let all of our clients know way ahead of time, this is our first product, first launch. And so I made some jokes about it in emails like, hey, if you got 3 packages, let me know. If you didn't get one, let me know. I'm cleaning it up. And I had a picture with me being like, ah. And everybody was so polite about it. And people that had more than one package, they sent them back. And I was like, no, give it to a friend. But they're like, no, I'm sending it back on my dime. So people are if you're very transparent with them, they're very willing to, cheer you on for your business. So I found that out early as well.
You're like preaching to the choir right now. Because I always say that, just communicate. Communicate with your clients. Right. Everybody wants to be a perfectionist. They don't want to mess up. But here, you're taking perfect action.
Right.
You're saying, hey, if I messed up, I'll fix it.
Right.
Solution driven.
Yeah, let's go.
Who taught you that?
Really my mom. So my mom is from Guyana. She's from South America. And she used to clean houses for a living. So I learned.
My mom too.
Your mom too?
Yeah, Peru.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So I used to clean houses with her when I was young. And so she taught me a lot by cleaning houses with her, but she would always say, do it. And then she would come after me to see if I did it okay. But that's how I learned a lot of the things when I was working with her. She's like, nope, when you vacuum, there can't be any, the lines have to be perfect. And it wasn't perfect the first time. But she's like, just do it and then I'll correct you. And she would always, she was just an inspiration to me. And she was an entrepreneur. She had her own cleaning business and she found her own clients. And I learned a lot from her about, if you're going to be late, you better call way ahead of time because they're willing to forgive rather than you show up late and, not communicate. So she would always teach me to communicate and that sort of thing. Yeah.
That's in true entrepreneurship spirit.
Yeah.
Just to go ahead and take action. And I think that's what holds a lot of people back. Right. They self-sabotage themselves. They sit there and they dwell.
We don't have to be perfect.
They don't have to be perfect. No one's perfect.
No.
And I always say that, and I think that's why, I was able to resonate with so many people in the online space. I always say life experience.
Right.
People that have life experience and they go in the online space, I like to call myself an old school millennial at the age of 37 and say hey, I got the life experience. I'm able to talk from my experiences and people respect that.
They do.
It's communication.
They do.
So your mother showed you how to be an entrepreneur.
She did.
She told you how to take imperfect action. Did she want you to be an entrepreneur?
So my dad definitely didn't want me to be an entrepreneur. My mom was open to anything. So my dad's Jamaican. So in good West Indian Jamaican spirit, he wanted me to be either a professor, a professional athlete, a doctor, very educated or get a good government job, right? And so he told myself and my sister, he was like, he would drive us around on Sundays in the car to neighborhoods that had huge houses and fancy cars. And we didn't know it at the time, but he was making up who lived in those houses. Wow. So he'd be like, a professor lives there, a professional athlete lives there. Oh, they're both professors. So when we were little, we either knew we had to be a professor or an athlete. So I went on the path to be a professor, and that's when I was in college and running an entrepreneurial business after classes. And my sister actually went on to be a professional athlete. She was a professional golfer.
Wow.
Right? But both of us are working together and we're both entrepreneurs. She said there was no money in professional golf. She tried it for a while and she came and worked with me at the time. And now it's both of us working together. We've been together for the last 15 years, just solo working together as business partners. So my dad was not excited about the entrepreneurship journey. But my mom was like, do whatever you want. Life is too short. Find happiness in whatever you want.
So true.
Don't listen to your dad. Just pretend that you are. So, and every time I made a change in my life goals, both of my parents were always there to support me in those changes. So, yeah.
Would you say you often changed your life goals?
I did, yes. So I started off.
Why is that? Why do you think that?
Because I'm someone who pivots or has different interests, and I follow those interests. So in high school, I was like, I love the environment. I'm going to be an environmentalist. But my dad was like, you should be an engineer. He was an engineer. So I was like, okay. So I went to school for chemical engineering. And after my first year, I was like, oh, this is not me. I do not have a chemical engineer's personality. Yeah. And so I changed. And I was like, nope, I'm going into the environmental field. So I went to the environmental field in geology and I loved it, stayed there for a while until I found entrepreneurship. And so I wanted to be a professor. So I was doing my PhD program to be a professor, but because I thought professors were rich. My dad told me professors were rich. But then I asked my professor how much money he made a year. I was like, I made your yearly salary in a month as an entrepreneur. So needless to say, I did not go on to be a professor. I do love teaching, so that's why I love teaching AI. I've been teaching digital marketing, then I've been teaching AI, so I do love teaching. but not in the university setting to get a professor salary.
Correct.
So, I would just pivot to what I felt I was passionate about. And so then entrepreneurship and digital marketing, and then I did social media marketing when social hit. I was like, I'm pivoting, and we started a social media agency. So what I feel is trending and hot and that I have a passion for, I really go for. So when ChatGPT came out in 2022, and I was already using tools like Jasper. I don't know if you remember Jasper
I
and
remember.
Writer.
Yes.
And then ChatGPT came out. I was like, oh, this is a game changer.
Gold.
I'm pivoting
it's
again.
Change the world.
Let's shut down the digital marketing agency and open up an AI training company. And it was the best decision that I've made. So the pivots, when you see them, the opportunities, the pivots make me happy because I love what I'm doing. And then also I'm able to serve my community because the pivot is taking them in the right direction as well.
Do you think that not only you see the opportunity, right? And it's great. I think that everything you're saying makes a lot of sense. But then also, I've met a couple of entrepreneurs where they said, Paul, I've hit a plateau.
Right.
I've gotten success. I've done finances. I've been able to do what I want. I take care of my family, but now I'm like sort of stuck.
Right.
He's just like, what do you do? And I'm like, brother, I change it up.
Right. You have to. Right.
So do you think that's
absolutely?
Do you have
because
a similar
yeah,
feeling about
absolutely.
that?
Because when we find something as entrepreneurs, when we find something that we're passionate about and creative, we can be creative with.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, this is exciting.
Yes.
So sometimes we call it the shiny object syndrome, right? But when you're really making a business decision, it becomes a pivot, or it becomes a following a wave. And so then I'm excited again. I was doing digital marketing for so long. I was kind of tired of doing the same thing.
Yeah,
right,
because
for a
once
decade,
you learn it, right?
And then course creation, a decade. So now it's like AI's here. Whoa, this is fun. And then I can use all my previous experience from digital marketing and from having a digital marketing agency and apply that to AI and bring that in there. It's been so much fun.
So what did you have to do in order to become one of the leading experts now in AI?
Yeah. So when ChatGPT came out, one of the ladies in my community, her name is Angie, she called me on the phone and she's like, you're teaching us these tools with AI in it, but I think this one is better. So she said, you need to stop everything and pay attention. So I paid attention to ChatGPT and I went on like a sabbatical. I locked up myself for 2 weeks, canceled everything. And for 2 weeks, I just learned ChatGPT and use my previous experience to say, how can I really leverage this tool for what my clients need, for what I need, and then how can entrepreneurs use it? And when I came out of those 2 weeks, I said, this is game changing, and this is where I need to go. And that's when I decided to really pivot and go all in on AI. And so from there, I had some speaking gigs lined up in early January of 2023. So Onyx Singal, Lamar Tyler, and I told both of them, I know you want me to speak about traffic and digital marketing, but I'm only speaking about AI right now. So Onyx said, do whatever you want, speak about AI. And then Lamar said, okay, you still have to do some traffic, but then you can do some AI at the end. So I did like 2 minutes of traffic and the rest was AI. But he had 1,200 people in that audience, and those people started telling people, and I got other opportunities to speak and train, and then I became an AI consultant. So I teach and train in government and universities, and I have access to rooms that I didn't have before in digital marketing. So because AI is so hot, and everybody wants to learn. Yeah, it opens.
It's the hot topic. It's what's trending right now.
Right.
People want to learn it. People want to implement it. Based on me talking to other business owners, I mean, it's replacing employees.
It is.
Which that's not what we want to do, right? But at the end of the day, that's what the world is turning into, right?
It is.
More automation. How can you save costs? Well, let's go ahead and get into AI and make that happen, right? So what specifically are you primarily focusing when you're using AI? Is it more for business owners, CEOs, and founders, or is it more for like the beginner digital marketer? What exactly are you niching down, or are you going broad?
So I'm what we call a generalist in AI. So I'm very broad, but that's also because I have a certification program where I teach people how to be AI consultants.
Wow.
And I'm saying these people are in healthcare, educate, like every industry, every sector, government contracting. So I've taught in so many different spaces when it comes to AI. Like I taught lawn care professional, people who own lawn care businesses, and then daycare center owners. And the great thing with AI is AI helps me to say, what are their pain points? What do they need to know? How can they leverage AI? so that I can teach them and train them as well. So I'm very much a generalist, but I will say my passion is entrepreneurs because I've been doing digital marketing for so long.
Oh, yeah.
I love teaching entrepreneurs, and they can get quick wins and they can implement quick. Yeah. So I teach in corporate, but then they have to spend a year to make the decision on what tech stack they're going to use. You teach an entrepreneur, by the end of the summits that I teach, they're already like, oh, I just did this. So it gives me that sense of quick satisfaction by seeing them being able to implement quickly. So I love teaching entrepreneurs, digital marketers, and then entrepreneurs will sometimes say, well, you know this, Paul. They'll sometimes say, like, I wish I had a copywriter on my team, or I wish I had somebody to write the emails for me. So now I'm saying, well, I can show you how AI can do that for you. So now those things that you wish you had in your business, you can actually implement them today to make the changes so you can grow and scale like you've never seen before.
Wow. And then you get instant feedback as well with entrepreneurs because, success loves speed. So they implement fast. They hear a good idea. Okay, let's go ahead and try it.
Yeah.
Right? That's how entrepreneurs roll. So you're able to get the instant feedback. You're able to see what works, and then you're able to go ahead and deploy those proven concepts, right? Yeah. Big social proof for you.
Yeah.
That's massive.
And they love telling you what they did. So I'm always hearing back, oh my gosh, I wrote my sales copy. It's converting at 30% better than ever before, and this and this and this. So they like to celebrate with me on what they've done, and they feel good about it.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't feel good about it? You're
course.
Getting wins. You're doing things faster. You just wrote your ebook. Things that have been on your to-do list forever are finally getting done. So they're happy about it.
So as far as working with you, is this something where it's an actual program, like a course, modules, or is it more like in person? Because I heard you say in person.
Right,
so are you doing more in person?
So I do a lot of in person. As a consultant, I get brought in by companies or events to speak or to train. So I do that a lot. But for a lot of the entrepreneurs, I do online training as well. So my big thing is, so I used to do this every year, where every year I would do a summit. So I would do a summit to teach. But this year, AI has been moving at the speed of AI. So it's like not moving at the speed of light anymore, moving at the speed of AI. So I'm doing it every month. I do a summit every single month now.
I love that.
And it's completely free. It's 3 hours long. And I'm like, here's what's hot. Here's the tools that you can use. Here's how you can use it. And it's all demonstrations. It's not PowerPoint. It's, let me open up ChatGPT and show you how to do this. Let's open up Gamma, show you how to do a presentation. Because I believe that entrepreneurs learn AI the best by seeing the demonstrations. Wow. So I'm a demonstrator. I'm always demonstrating. And that also gives people the biggest aha moments. They're like, did she just create a presentation in 30 seconds that looks better than the 5-hour PowerPoint that I just created that took me 5 hours to do?
No, absolutely.
So when you show them the demonstrations and make it dramatic, they say, oh, she can do that. Oh, I can do that too. Let me try. And that's what I love. That's what I love about it. So I do in-person events. I do online events as well. And then, it just depends. For my community, I have online, like a hybrid model. So I teach, log in, watch my courses, and then also meet me live because AI is changing so quickly that I'm live on Zoom with them and showing them how they can do that.
I love that. So they're able to interact with you virtually as well.
Yeah, virtually. Yeah.
No, I love that. What would you say is one big needle mover that you're seeing in the future with AI right now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would say the big needle mover for most businesses is the leverage of the use case. So when people say, how can I leverage this for my business? And they identify the exact, like their pain points and how they can leverage it. They say, what? Like, now I see the measurable impact in my business. So letting them actually do, even if it's just one thing, do one thing that increases their revenue or decreases production time. So producing emails, maybe it takes the person who did it, maybe it takes them a day to write 2 7-part email series. Yeah. And now it takes them 7 minutes. So now the production time goes down and they're like, wow, this is moving the needle for us on production time. So we're able to launch faster. So it used to take me to launch a new course. It would take me 6 weeks. Hire a copywriter, email copywriter, graphic design, all this kind of stuff. And now we're 3 days at the most. Wow. I do the sales copy and it's done same day, right? For 8 pages in a funnel, done. I saw your ClickFunnels 2 Comma Club Awards. We have 2 Comma Club Awards as well. And so when I was thinking back to it, when I came into your studio, when I was thinking back to the 2 Comma Club, I was like, if I had what I have now back when
It'd be insane.
It'd be insane.
For sure.
The wall would be fuller.
Oh yeah.
So now our everything has moved. For us, the needle has moved so dramatically because we look at how we can use AI in every part of the process. If we're launching something, the emails are going to get written by AI, the sales copy, the customer service replies, the chatbots that are going to be set up. So we look and say, how can we AIify every part of this process?
No, absolutely. You know, this show, it's self-help, but also entrepreneurship, but it's primarily targeted towards beginners.
Right.
So my next question,
Let's go.
Set of questions will be about beginners.
I love it.
Because for most people, you know, they have the limited belief of like, well, AI, technology, I'm scared.
Right.
I'm one of them.
Okay.
So my question to you is, how beginner friendly would you say right now AI is? Is it to the point where, let's say, my mother can use it?
Absolutely.
Is it at that level where they barely know how to use social media? Are you able to teach, let's say, parents, grandparents right now, able to use AI?
Yeah, absolutely. And even in our consultant program, we have a lot of retirees who are finding their second passion. They've already retired and they're finding their second passion in AI because it is so interesting. But when you ask how beginner friendly it is, most people know ChatGPT or have heard of it. They're like, oh, my friend has it at least. So we say, just put ChatGPT on your phone. Just put the app on your phone. Here's the correct one, the one, as long as it says it's the official one by OpenAI, put that one on your phone. And then I teach them how to set their data privacy so they feel comfortable with it. So go to settings, go to multi-factor authentication, set up your two-factor authentication so hackers can't get into your ChatGPT.
That's so big with my parents.
Right? That is
Huge.
too with mine. And so with my mom. And so, you know, turn on your multi-factor authentication. And I helped her set up her Google Authenticator app and taught her how to use it so that now she knows her ChatGPT is safer. And then you go back to settings and click on data privacy.
Wow.
And where it says improve the model for everyone, it's right at the top, turn it off. Now this means that the data and content you're putting into ChatGPT, they're not using it to train their model. So now you feel a little bit better. You're like, okay, now I have my data privacy. Now my account is secure. Now tell me what to do.
Yeah.
And then I take them to that box where you type in a prompt. And to the right-hand side, you'll see this microphone icon. So if you enjoy talking more than you enjoy typing, push the microphone icon and just talk to ChatGPT. So a lot of people think, well, I don't know prompting, so I can't do it. Like, I'm away. I heard you have to be a prompt engineer to use this tool. But I say, just push the dictate button and do a brain dump. Oh, I want a business plan. This is my idea. It's a doggy daycare. Just tell it. Just do that. And then go to the beginning of that brain dump when you're done with it. So you let your finger off the dictate button, and it typed up everything you just said. And then you go to the beginning and you say, rewrite this prompt for ChatGPT for clarity and impact, and you put a colon, and then your brain dump is after that. And you press go. And ChatGPT takes your brain dump and turns it into an organized instructions for ChatGPT. Like, it will rewrite your brain dump to be a prompt for itself.
Wow.
And then you read that and you're like, whoa, this is good. That's exactly what I wanted to say. It will have more detail. And then you say one more thing. You say, rewrite this to turn it into a mega prompt. And then now it will give you a really good prompt with good instructions. Read it, make sure everything's correct, and then just copy that, paste it into a new ChatGPT window and watch the magic happen. And if you can just do that, brain dump, clean it up, tell it to turn it into a mega prompt, copy, paste it, and then just see what happens, you'll be hooked. You will be hooked. And you're like, I didn't even need to take a prompt engineering class.
I love that.
I can do it.
So I have so many questions about this, but the one question I do have is, would you say as an entrepreneur, you're more of a visionary or implementer?
I'm definitely the visionary, and my sister's the implementer. So
I love
yeah,
that.
she's like the integrator. So we have the two roles in our business, which is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
So we actually had to go to a class years ago to understand why we weren't working good together. Because I would be like, you come up with no ideas. And then she said, well, you don't take anything to completion.
Yeah.
And so we would argue with each other, but we went and we actually took a class, and the class helped us to identify how we can work together so well. And the guy that was running the class, he's like, oh, you two are perfect to work with each other, where we thought we were horrible.
Like, what? Yeah.
And so this was 20 years ago, a little bit longer than that. And so we've been working very well together, understanding those two roles and how we each complement each other in those two roles.
No, absolutely. I always say I have to find people smarter than me to run operations. Because
Right.
I'm a visionary guy. I'm a
Right.
fire starter.
That's me.
You know,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
that's it. I need somebody to tell me to stop,
You
focus.
finish it.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, here you go. Like, all right, let's move on to the next, right?
Right.
So let's say for somebody who necessarily right now, they're just trying to learn AI,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like just in general, and they're not trying to start a business.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that right now what you're doing is able to help anyone that
Anyone.
wants to learn AI?
Yeah,
Even
anyone.
if, let's say, somebody's trying to use it for their resumes, for
Yeah.
their emails.
Anything.
You know, I'm even thinking for like my parents right now. Sometimes they need help writing emails because they
Right.
can't see
Right, right.
as good, right? So maybe like the
Copy
mic,
and paste it and
the
ask
mic
right.
option
Yeah,
will be
right.
good.
Yeah.
But that's phenomenal. I think that's going to change the game.
It changes the game.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I'm telling people right now, learn it now so you're not left behind. Learn it now so in your career, you future-proof your career.
Yeah.
Learn it now so you can jump ahead of your competition as an entrepreneur. Learn it now. If you're thinking about being an entrepreneur, now you have a business coach. Tell ChatGPT to act as your business coach who helps startups go from $0 to $1 million in 12 months and give you a plan of action to help you get there. And then you say, what information do you need to know about me and my business ideas to create this plan for me? ChatGPT will ask you 10 to 15 questions, answer those questions, and boom, you get a customized plan delivered right as you watch it deliver your plan for you. So now you've got a business coach that you'd have to pay $150,000 a year to help you to implement this $1 million plan in your $20 a month ChatGPT account.
So let's get into the dark side of AI. All right. Now that you said that, you open a can of worms. Okay. But do you think
Yes.
in the near future it could be possible that a lot of coaches, consultants online could get wiped out from AI?
There's definitely going to be a huge shift. It's already happening right now.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of job loss coming. There's a lot of new jobs created.
Wow.
So if you look at LinkedIn as being an indicator of where we're going, so LinkedIn, based on their data, so they've put out database reports that said this year, the number one skill out of all the skills, like out of the gazillion skills, number one is AI literacy.
Wow.
Number one on their list. And so that's number one overall. And then number one for consultants is also AI literacy. So that tells everybody out there, like LinkedIn said, this is our data-based information. So if you're not AI literate, you're already left behind. You're like, you need to pay attention to that. And then LinkedIn said that the number one job on the rise, best opportunity is being an AI engineer, number one. Number two is an AI consultant, which is what I am.
Yeah.
It was number 8 last year, and now we're at number 2.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
So you can really see how important it is. Now, when we go back to talk about the dark side, there's going to be the fear. There's going to be a major shift. But those that know AI are at the advantage. They have the advantage. So if you're a coach, I've taught thousands of coaches how to leverage AI. So now a coach who's leveraging AI can tell their clients, look, this is my coaching program, my coaching opportunity, and I have AI tools in it. So every single coach needs to have AI tools for their clients. They need to ride the wave instead of saying, nope, I'm a coach and I'm not going to use anything that has AI in it. Say, no, I'm a coach and now I'm going to offer my clients my AI Alicia that they can talk to when I'm unavailable inside of the membership portal. So I'm going to add more value by leveraging AI. And now I can build tools for them. Now I can give them better feedback. Now I can help them to achieve better goals because I'm using AI, and I'm going to tell them that I'm using AI so that they see that I have the advantage for them. So for a lot of professionals, I'm saying add AI tools to what you're doing because that's the trend and the wave that we're on right now. And it's going to continue going up.
Yeah, I feel
Stay
like
relevant.
the AI tools can make everything just faster, simpler, and easier, right?
Right.
Which then adds on to, and I'm going to use some marketing jargon here, guys, for all my non-marketers out there, but to the value stack.
Yeah,
Right?
right.
It can make your offer more valuable,
Of
especially
course.
for marketers. And
Of course,
consultants. So
of
I think
course.
it's a game changer. And
Game
I think
changer.
it's very good. What do you think in the next couple years, where will AI be then? What is, because you probably know the inside information that most people don't, right? Because you do a lot of research on this. I mean, you're the expert. So what would you say is one thing in the future that's going to happen with AI where you're preparing for, or have you talked about it yet? Or and you're not telling us yet?
Well, we're preparing a lot of our clients for the future of work and the new way that teams are going to look. So teams, we're used to seeing, like if in a corporation, we're used to seeing teams being all human.
Yes.
But the future of work is us working with AI agents together as a team. So teams are going to look completely different in the very near future. In our business, they already look different. We have AI agents integrated and working with our team, but this is going to be a staple for everyone. We're already using AI in our everyday life, but our home life even is going to look so much different with AI in our home life. I already have the robot machine that sweeps and mops my floors, and we already have a lot of AI tools that we're using in our house, but in the near future, even our house and our personal life is going to look so much different. Those people, it's just like the people that said they're ignoring the internet, but guess what? You couldn't do it for
it's everywhere.
You couldn't ignore it for too long. AI is here, and it's only going to be more integrated into our everyday life. So as we start to think about those shifts, you start to think about what side of this do you want to be on, and what are you paying attention to in your personal life and your professional life. So, my nieces are using AI for tutoring. They're creating their own clothes with, using AI images and Printify for it to be delivered to their door. Their creativity is off the chain right now. And so they're at an advantage because they're integrating AI into their life. But you have to start thinking about the near future. Things are going to look so much different, and start preparing for that now. So as somebody who's training within corporations, governments, small businesses, start preparing today for how you're going to integrate AI into your teams, because you want to be those businesses that have the integration already set while everybody else is trying to play catch up.
Yeah.
Right?
No, absolutely. And do you think they're going to start integrating this in the school systems?
Absolutely. It's already integrated into the school systems.
Wow.
But there's been so much push even by the government for more AI integration. And now there's countries competing against each other.
Wow.
So where other countries are saying, by 6 years old, every kid must have an AI class. Here in the US, there's executive orders now to put AI in K through 12th grade.
Wow.
There's colleges now setting up different AI certification programs or graduate programs, or, because corporations now, so as I train in corporations, they are saying, how can we make sure, here's their question to me, how can we make sure that every person we hire is AI literate? We don't want to hire anybody who's not AI literate. And how can we make sure that they're truly AI literate? So then they're saying, never do we want to hire someone who's not AI literate. So if you think about that, that means every person who's applying for a job better be AI literate and better be able to really prove it and not just show, I have a ChatGPT account. No, they want to see a portfolio. What can you do? How are you using AI? And that you're open-minded, because you can learn anything, because we can bring AI trainers in to teach you, but that you've started something.
And that's what I was going to get to. Not everybody's a creative, right? I would consider myself creative. I'm always an outside thinker. I always think outside the box, pivot.
Right? Yeah.
But for people that are not, and they're more like an implementer, or they're operations, right? They take your program, they learn it, they get certified, and then they're able to take, is there some type of certification they're able to go ahead and take with them that they can prove, like, hey, I got certified? Yes?
So we are CPD accredited, which is continuing professional development. So through the CPD standards office, it's out of the UK. So it's about a 6-month process that it took, but the CPD standards office went through our company, they went through our course, they interviewed people that had taken our courses before, and then they said, okay, if people take your course, they can get 22 continuing professional development hours. And then they can be certified through an accredited institution. So what we did was we went and got third-party certified. So when people take our course, it's not Alicia certified you, but it's certified through an accredited institution. And that makes all the difference for them, because my sister has a corporate background. So she used to work at GE, and she took certifications through GE, and they carried a lot of weight. She got paid more when she had certifications behind her. So she was the one who actually said, if we're going to do this and teach a consultant course and certify people, we need to make sure that we become accredited. And she led us through that 6-month process of getting accredited.
You guys did it right.
Yeah,
I
you.
always thought about that. I was just like, back in the day, they used to have all these different trade schools.
Right.
You remember those Healed commercials?
I do, yeah.
For, continuing adult education. I was just like, man, when is it going to be that one marketer that just says, dude, I'm going to get accredited?
Yeah. We
there
did
we go.
We did it. And it became a great decision because we train now in government and corporations. I never did that when I was a digital marketer.
That's huge.
The doors weren't open for that back then. The doors are open now. And then because our students, we have lawyers, doctors, teachers, stay-at-home moms, retirees, the whole gambit of people that are going through our course. But when they tell someone that they're a certified consultant through an accredited institution.
Big difference.
Yeah, the big difference.
Huge.
And just that conversation is like, well, hurry up and come over here. I need you to help me with this right now. So
people need it.
People need it.
There's business owners, and as a business owner, delegation is key.
Yeah.
Delegation is key. Hiring the experts.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hire somebody that's certified.
Right.
That's awesome. So our audience is probably going to want to know where to find you.
Yeah, sure.
Where can they find you?
Yeah. So I'm easy to find on social media. So Instagram, of course, Alicia Lyttle, ALICIALYTTLE, and my website, alicialyttle.com. But I will say my free summit is where beginners especially can really get started. And it's AIMarketingSummit2025.com.
I love it.
So I told you I used to only do it once a year. So I was doing it, okay, this is the 2025 one, but now I'm doing it every month. I just kept the domain name.
You got to do one major in person.
Yeah, I'm doing one. I do one in Atlanta.
I'll be front row.
I love it.
Last year I was going to Atlanta like 8 times.
Wow.
Me and my wife before the pregnancy, and we're doing a lot of things right now, as you know. Right. I'll definitely attend.
Sounds good.
Exciting. You got me excited.
Sounds good.
I'm using ChatGPT, but I feel like I got to get certified now.
I love it.
So,
I love it.
A few words of encouragement from my audience.
Yeah, sure.
Typically, this episode, when it does release, you're going to get a few 100,000 downloads. A lot of people are going to be listening to this. A lot of people are going to be inspired. If you get the DMs, I warned you right now.
I love it.
Go on the podcast. I need to get certified right now. But
I love it.
Give us some few words of encouragement from you.
Sure.
And basically everything that you've been through, because you're well accomplished.
Thank you.
Much respect. You're speaking my language. I love it. Okay. And I think it's very powerful what you're doing. You're helping a lot of people. And the fact that you're helping everyday Americans, you're just not helping marketers. I respect that.
Thank you.
Because I'm a blue collar guy.
Yeah.
And I work hard for everything I've done in my life. So the fact that you're helping, everyday people get certified and advance their knowledge, it's huge. So
Thank you.
What do you have to tell to the audience right now?
Yeah.
Some words of encouragement to level up in 2025 with AI.
Yeah. You got this. That's the first thing. And it's easier than you think it is. All you really need to do is see how you can use it. So really look at different ways that you can use it and leverage it for yourself. Like focus on yourself. How can I use it and leverage it to level up? How can I use it to level up? And when you really think about leveling up, say, what tools can I use to level up? What mindset do I have to really open myself up to leveling up with artificial intelligence? And when you say yes to leveling up with AI, you'll see that everything for you starts to change in such a positive way that you become excited, addicted, like I am.
Yes.
And, you got this. And then bring your friends and family and those you love along. I'm always encouraging people. I'm like, friends, don't leave friends behind in the AI revolution. We're in the AI revolution right now. So bring along those people that you care about and help them as well.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is the level up. Guys, leave a 5-star review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Share this with a family, a friend that you care about, that you want them to level up with AI, okay? Thank you for making us the #1 business podcast on Apple Podcasts, guys. You guys are phenomenal. Let's go ahead and make this interview viral because people need it. They need to go ahead and learn about AI and get certified. With that being said, my name is Paul Alex. This is The Level Up. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.